Is the iPhone 16 officially trash now that we are in 2026? With the iPhone 17 finally hitting the shelves, everyone is acting like last year's model belongs in a museum. But before you go throwing your old phone in the bin, we need to have a serious talk. Most people think they need the latest and greatest every single year. They see the new marketing fluff and feel like their current device is suddenly a slow, clunky brick. But that is exactly what Apple wants you to think. Today, we are stripping away the hype to see how the iPhone 16 has actually aged. We are looking at the real-world performance, the battery health, and those controversial AI features. Is this still a powerhouse worth your money, or is it truly ancient history? When you first pick up the iPhone 16 in 2026, the first thing you notice is how right the size feels. It sits in that perfect sweet spot where you can actually use it with one hand. You don't have to do finger gymnastics just to reach the top of the screen. Apple used slightly curvy corners on this model, and it makes a massive difference for daily comfort. If you use it without a case, it feels like a solid, cohesive slab of premium tech. It actually reminds me of a more expensive, grown-up version of the iPhone 5C. The aluminum rails meet the glass so cleanly that there is no creaking or flexing at all. Even after a year of heavy use, the build quality remains incredibly solid. Visually, the iPhone 16 still holds its own because the new iPhone 17 looks almost identical. Apple moved to a vertical camera layout for this model, which really helped it stand out from the older iPhone 14 and 15. The matte glass back is another huge win because it hides fingerprints perfectly. While the iPhone 17 has some washed-out colors, the 16 came in bold shades like ultramarine and teal. These colors still feel fun and full of personality today. Then there is the action button. It replaced the old mute switch, and it is fully customizable. You can set it to do whatever fits your lifestyle. There is also the camera control feature for zooming and snapping photos. While it has a bit of a learning curve, it is a cool idea that shows Apple was trying to push the envelope. The cameras are where the iPhone 16 really stepped up. The ultra-wide lens finally got autofocus and macro support. This was a game changer because you can finally take high-quality close-up shots of tiny details. The main 48-megapixel sensor is still a beast in 2026. It captures excellent detail, and the colors look realistic thanks to smart HDR5. You don't even need a dedicated telephoto lens because the sensor allows for a high-quality 2x crop. If you like taking portraits, the phone automatically collects depth data so you can add that blurry background effect later. For video creators, this phone is still a dream. It handles cinematic mode and Dolby Vision with ease. The audio mix feature is especially helpful when you are filming in noisy places. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the 60Hz display. Yes, it is slower than the 120Hz screens on the Pro models or the new iPhone 17. If you are coming from a Pro phone, you will notice the difference. However, for the average person, this screen is still beautiful. It is incredibly bright and easy to read even in direct sunlight. The dynamic island has also become much more useful over the last year. It tracks your Uber rides, music, and navigation effortlessly. Battery life also remains a strong point. You can easily get 7 to 8 hours of screen-on time. Even though charging is a bit slower than the newest models, it is still perfectly fine for a quick top-up during the day. Under the hood, the A18 chipset and 8 gigs of RAM are still rock solid. Apps open instantly and multitasking is smooth as silk. The only area that feels a bit meh is Apple Intelligence. Some of the AI tools like object removal still feel a bit hit or miss compared to the competition. It is a bit disappointing that these features were marketed so heavily but still feel like a work in progress. However, the software support is legendary. This phone started on iOS 18 and will likely keep getting updates until iOS 27 or beyond. It is a device built to last for years, not just months. So, what is the final verdict? If you are buying a brand new phone today, the iPhone 17 is the better choice for an extra $100. You get a faster screen and more storage. But if you are looking at the refurbished market, the EPO NE16 is an absolute steal. You can find them for around $500 now, and at that price, the value is unbeatable. You get a premium, fast, and reliable iPhone that still feels modern. It is a well-rounded device that hasn't lost its charm. My honest opinion? In a world of $1,000 plus smartphones, the iPhone 16 is the smart choice for anyone who values logic over marketing. It does 95% of what the iPhone 17 does for half the price. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive into the tech that actually matters.